What do you make of the price action yesterday? Was that overdone?
Oh, it was the first day in a while where we had actually a slew of bearish or negative news for the market. We had the Libya restart. That was a sudden change. The two sides in Libya seemed intractable in terms of trying to move forward and get that oil back on the market. There was a very dire forecast put out by the national oil company there that this production was steadily falling to the tune of about 100,000 barrels per day. He was really quite upset about it.
So what changed there, and what pushed Libya to then boost supply? Was that from the U.S. administration?
The main rebel leader, Haftar, gave in and said they're going to whack up the pie more favorably to his side and to overall. But there are reports, local media reports in Libya, saying that a letter from President Trump actually pushed the two sides together. And there were some interesting aspects to it, not sure how much of it's true or not, but that the president was very interested and U.S. interests were being greatly affected by the situation there. And he basically told them to get their house in order, or maybe the U.S. would help them do it.
Wow, talk really does seem to swing things in the oil market, doesn't it? Whether it's coming from oil ministers or from world leaders. And speaking of talk, a lot of discussion about trade and some concern that that's going to curb demand for oil down the road. Is that something we need to watch? And what are the catch points that we need to follow along the way?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, the equity market seems to be handling the trade wars rather well. I mean, it takes occasional hits but rallies back. Commodities, not so much. Oil, very fearful of a global slowdown. Also, too, what China will do in terms of buying U.S. oil or not going forward. They've been the U.S.'s biggest buyer in this new export cottage industry that's sprung up. But you've seen copper go into correction, bear market territory. Soybeans, of course, getting the big headlines and getting nailed. But across the board, really, it's commodities taking the biggest hit on trade wars because of the potential contraction in the global economy from all this. But I'll tell you, President Trump is keeping us commodity guys on our toes with his tweets and his policies.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.